All right, hello everybody, and welcome to my quick improvised and unscripted review of the Marc Sons Elegance series, specifically the ice blue version that I have here, which is quite a stunner. And yeah, I've already reviewed their Pro Diver 3, which they actually don't sell anymore. They have the Pro Diver 4 on their website, which is kind of a shame. But yeah, they like to change up the models, and I thought I'd review this one since this is still in store, and you can probably get this for a long time. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm again impressed with Marc & Sons. They deliver so much bang for your buck, and you know it's not a cheap watch. It's around 600 euros this one, but I mean you get a lot of specs for your money, and yeah. The Pro Diver 3 review, I was just amazed at the quality. And the same here. I mean, there's a few flaws, of course, but overall, this is just such an impressive watch. And, you know, the ice blue really gives this kind of more elegant, luxurious feel to it, while it remains sporty with the bezel having the numbers on it, you know, and just the overall kind of feel of it is sporty. But I think it's a 40mm watch, so it's rather small, and you can almost dress it down with a leather strap. It is not a big watch, but it's that perfect. I think it's that perfect size for that will fit most people, even women. So yeah, there we go. Again, the finishing, the radial brushed finishing of this bezel is just impeccable. The line here, there's of course a polished bevel edge, and the line between the two finishes is, it can't get crisper than this. I mean, even here when you see the beveled edge running down the sides, it's just, I mean, it's just perfect. The brushed finish, perfect. It's hard to see here. I do have some more close-up pictures of this watch on my blog, hypenstyle.fr. So go check those out if you want a more detailed review. This is just for you guys that don't want to read. But yeah, overall quality of the case and bezel, amazing. The cutouts here, they're not that sharp edges in the letters. I've seen the dive bezel, the ceramic one. It had really sharp angles. These are kind of more roundish. Maybe it's harder to achieve on metal, but you know, they're deeply engraved and the paint is well filled, so it's not going to scratch off if you hit a wall or anything, which is very nice. The crown here also is kind of upgraded from the previous model. The logo is a little deeper, a little more embossed, and the grip of the crown is just better than on the diver. Actually, I almost think the diver should have this crown, and then, I mean, they should switch crowns, because this is much more sporty and practical, and the diver had like a polished crown with less grip. But yeah, a better crown than the diver, which is also maybe will explain the price difference. But yeah, let's look at the dial, because I think that's the main attraction here, and it's the ice blue. I don't know if you can just call it sunburst. It's got this almost organic vibe to it. It looks amazing. In low light, it kind of fades away into this regular ice blue sunburst, but then the moment you get out in natural light, it just, like, it looks like something organic, and it's really cool. And they've matched the color of the rehaut here pretty well. I would have liked to see a brushed metal rehaut here instead of this kind of matte plastic-y looking, not even plastic-y looking, but yeah, I would have liked to see a circular brushed metal rehaut. But yeah, I can't get everything. And also, just thank you for not putting a date in. I love these symmetrical designs. They sing to me, and I don't need the date. So, you know, just leave it out. It's nice. We've got the BWG9 loom, which is my favorite, and of course super well applied. Marc & Sons, they can apply the hell out of loom, and I do have loom shots on my blog, hypenstyle.fr, so go check that out. The hands as well has this edged kind of a two-handed sword look, with the line, the angle running down the middle, and that line is just crisp as hell. Well applied loom as well. Not a lot of traces of machining. I will say the second hand, though, the top in the middle center there, you can kind of tell that it hasn't been hand finished and checked, but you know, the angles on the hour markers are sharp. They could be a little sharper on the inside, but hey, it's a 600 euro watch, so you're not going to expect a Breitling or Rolex quality finish. One thing that kind of disappointed me a little bit, because the bracelet is very well done, and you know, it's just perfect. There's no single link that goes above the other. They're all very well sized, but then it ends up here in the end link, and the end link's machining is not as sharp. So you have these very sharply cut links, and then it ends up in this rather dull end link in the middle here. It fits well. There's no play or anything, but the angles here are a little duller. I think you can tell, and it was a shame. I don't know how hard it is to actually machine them sharper, but I would have liked to see that. It kind of throws you off because the rest of the watch, if you just take off the bracelet, it looks like a €1,000 watch. It looks more than it's worth, and even the bracelet can kind of give that vibe. But then this end link, you can tell it hasn't been, the machining is not as precise, so kind of a shame. But from far away, you can't tell. So this is probably just my OCD. And yeah, speaking of bracelet, I have chosen the I think they said diver clasp, and they actually gave me another one, and I will be talking about that on the blog. I do prefer this one. I think this is the one you should get, first of all, because there's no middle links. What do you call it? No, there's no smaller links. You can't adjust perfectly, so this might get too tight. I know right now if I put it on, it's kind of tight on me, but then I like to pop it up later in the night. I just pop one of these open, and it gives you a little extra space. I don't know if I can do it with one hand. Yeah, there you go. So really, really comfortable and smart and practical, and it's not that thick. It's a smaller version than on the diver, and it really looks good. And also the weight of the watch, it's not a very heavy watch, but a little bit, so having this clasp kind of helps balance off the weight. So I would definitely go for this clasp, and the other one, it's nice, but it feels cheaper, and I think this one kind of complements the watch both quality wise and functionally. So that's my suggestion. And if we look at the case back, here you can see we've got the ETA 2428-2 decorated with the perlage and Geneva stripes and blued screws, probably painted. I wouldn't think they're thermally blued, but still nice details. Looks the part of a sporty dress watch. And of course, the 300-meter water resistance is very, very cool. So this is a great everyday watch. I think the ice blue kind of gives it more of a dressy feel to it, but still. And this is kind of the best movement you can get for this price range, I would say. So no complaints here. We all know the ETA movements are great, and also kind of helps the watch keep its value. I've noticed that on the secondary market. So just a very, very cool watch. I'm gonna throw it on the wrist, show you how it looks on my 17 centimeter wrists. All right, so here it is on my 17 centimeter wrists, and yeah, as you can see, the deployed clasp, it doesn't really take away too much from the bracelet. It kind of looks like it was meant to be there. It doesn't pop out too much, and it helps balance off the weight. And as you can see, it's not a small watch. It's right there in the middle where you want it to be. So it can be dressy, but it can also be kind of sporty, and just, I think, a watch that would fit everybody except people with really, really large wrists. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this review, and you can always check out my written review on hypenstyle.fr. It's way more detailed. I have close-up shots, loom shots, etc. And yeah, I hope I helped make you discover this great brand. Have a nice day.